for tonight, and that's going to bring us into our next segment, which is going to be the interview with Mr. Robbie Soto.
Oh, that's me.
Yes, so we're going to dive into this a little bit and talk about, a couple of things, get some people some background on who you are.
Yeah.
So, who is Robbie Soto?
A lost soul. So I am. I'm just a guy. I mean, truthfully, I think, I said it earlier in the show. I'm the president of Authentic Community Theater. We just opened up downtown a great new event venue, the Act Black Box Studio.
Yes.
Downtown. Where we're going to be doing all different kinds of stuff that we're really excited about. We just had our first concert there this past weekend with Brittany Atwater. She did some music, and that was a really great turnout, and people are really responding to what we're doing. We have bigger and bigger things coming up, but I've been involved in theater for, God almighty, almost 20 years, over 20 years I think now. 2003 was my first show that I ever did. 2005 was the first show I did professionally. Did theater for a while, went to college, got away from theater, joined in on a film company called Dark Ronin Films, now called Dark Ronin Media Group, with my partner and friend, Shannon C. Lanier, who is a 12-time himself award-winning director, filmmaker, writer, actor, extremely talented guy out of Hanover, PA. We did a script that I wrote. He came in, and we were great partners, worked together on a bunch of other stuff. We kind of fell off. I gave up my piece and moved on back into theater in late 2014, early 2015, I think it was, where I joined Authentic Community Theater here in Hagerstown, Maryland. It's been around since 2005. I took over as the president about 2 years later, and I've been the president now for going on. I think it's going on my 7th year that we took over. So we do 5 community theater productions at the Maryland Theater right in downtown Hagerstown, the crown jewel of Hagerstown. 5 times a year. We do 2 children's productions for grades 1 through 8 a year there, and 2 summer camps. So we're in that building a bare minimum of 9 times a year, and then we partner up with the Maryland Theater on different events, like they're doing the Greatest Showman sing-along movie coming up soon, and some of our dancers are going to be out there doing some dances, and we dress up some of our actors, and we took some of our kids. They just did Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory a few weeks ago, and some of our kids went out there. We dressed them up as Oompa Loompas, and they ran around the lobby, and we're having fun with them. So we do that stuff all the time with them. So yeah, now we have the Act Black Box Studio that's open downtown, full schedule throughout the rest of the year.
And that's next to like the Art Gastro?
Right next. It's the old Cino Taco building. Yeah. We're right there, 3 doors down from the Maryland Theater, right next to what's hopefully opening soon will be the Tribe Juice Bar.
Oh, I can't wait.
We're right next door to them. We've had them and kind of have been not working with them, like we're not a partnership or anything, but we've been, passing each other, as we were both working on renovations to our buildings and things like that, and giving each other words of wisdom and props and see if they needed anything, and them see if we needed anything. So
no, I think that's crucial to do in a community, especially like Hagerstown. You know what I mean? Yeah. Just work with each other. There's no need to bicker amongst each other.
Hopefully, eventually they'll get it.
Right.
Because there are a lot of businesses that don't want to.
Yeah.
They just want to do their own thing. It's like, that's fine, do your own thing, but what's more going to hurt?
Right.
More business is going to bother you. If it is, then you're stupid. But yeah, I mean, we're looking at doing some pretty major things downtown. I was on Jay's show in the Morning Crunch. We talked about it. We're looking at shutting down the street like 4 times a year right there in downtown, and doing block parties.
That's good.
We've been working with Jay over at the Doghouse. He's been doing a hell of a job over there. He's interested in helping us out. And the rest of the block seems to be interested. Kitty from the city is interested in us doing it. So we're looking forward to being able to do that like 4 times a year, and just doing different themed block parties and just having fun, bringing people downtown, giving them a reason to come downtown. So there aren't those tumbleweeds coming through, on a Friday, Saturday night. So.
Yeah, no, for sure. And like I said, any events you got, block parties and stuff, let us know, man. We definitely love to support you.
For sure,
love
man.
to. So I have to ask, with being said, like, what is it that makes you so passionate about community? Have you always been that way, or something changed?
Not really at all, actually. So I think when I first started out, when I was younger and I was a kid, I wanted to get the hell out of here. That was my biggest thing. When I was in middle school, high school, I just wanted to go. I was a 3-sport athlete in high school. Played football, baseball, and wrestled. And I just wanted to leave. I wanted to get as far from Hagerstown as I possibly could. And then when I was, I guess, 18 years old, actually, Dustin and I worked together on a little group that we put together called the Performers of Hope. And HOPE was an acronym for Helping Our People Everywhere. And we would do these variety shows to raise money for different families and people who are going through struggling times. And I really started seeing how, it would change people. I'll never forget. It was a young boy named Corey Kitchen. He was 2, and he was diagnosed with cancer and had gone through dozens of surgeries at the age of 2 years old. And I think it was actually Dustin's mom that knew them, knew the family, and hooked us up with them, and we were able to raise a few $1,000s for him in one night where we did the show. And I remember we handed the Mrs. Kitchen the money, and she started crying. And it was one of those things where I was like, first of all, I was uncomfortable because I'm pretty known to not like people, and emotions are weird for me. So, that's kind of when I guess it started, where I was like, you know what, it's important to get back to your community, and that's what I've from then on really, I've tried to find ways to do it. Whether it was giving opportunities for our local community, or giving back. I mean, Authentic Community Theater, we're a 501c3 nonprofit organization, have been since 2005 when we got our certificate. And I think the biggest thing that differentiates us from other nonprofits, especially nonprofits in the area, is we work with other nonprofits and we raise money for them. And before I took over as president, the question was always, not the question, but the rebuttal of working with other nonprofits was, why? We're the nonprofit, which I understand. Every nonprofit needs money, so give to your nonprofits. I mean, it's important. But doing things like we did a production of Beauty and the Beast, and we teamed up with the Make-A-Wish Foundation. And we actually went door to door with the characters, Mrs. Potts, Lumiere, and all the characters from Beauty and the Beast that the kids love. And we went door to door, and there were 10 people that Make-A-Wish chose that were their wish was put on hold for one reason or another. And this was what they called a wish. What was it called? It was like a wish extender. Where it's like, hey, we can't get your wish yet, but we're gonna give this to you, almost like as, hey, it's coming, but this is something in the meantime. Anyway, I can't remember what they called it, but anyway, wish enhancement. Sorry. So we traveled around. The entire area in Maryland and a little bit in the PA as well, and we hand delivered these handmade invitations for these wish kids that all wanted to go to Disney, and invited them to the Belle and Beast Castle for dinner, and it was at the Maryland Theater, and we dressed everything up, and it was like they were walking into their castle, and they got to have dinner with Belle and the Beast. That's crazy. It was one of those things where it's like, it seemed goofy to me because I was an adult. I'm like, that's not the Belle and Beast. That's Lauren and Brian. Right. You know what I mean? Like two of my dearest friends. Right. But to them, it was real.
To them, it was everything.
It was like they were meeting Belle.
Yeah.
Like they were crying. They were like shaking. Like it was. And I was just like, we're just some Joe Schmoes from Hagerstown. Like, what is he?
It was probably like a surreal feeling.
It was. And then I saw them, like, they went up and they hugged them. And it was just, it was one of the most beautiful things I've ever seen. And we continue to work with breast cancer awareness. We did Greece in October of 2018, I think it was. And we worked with breast cancer awareness Cumberland Valley. The Pink Ladies, breast cancer awareness, only made sense. And we raised money for them. We did Rent, that Ashley, you were a part of, and that you'll be a part of again November 2nd. We worked with Washington Goes Purple and raise money for addiction. And it's little things where it may not be a shitload of money, right? It may not be like tens of thousands of dollars, but if I can hand you $1,000 in cash and be like, hey, use this towards some flyers, use this towards some, getting book bags together for kids to go back to school or whatever it is, why not? So that's really made me passionate about doing those things, and we try to do them as much as we can. Now, of course, we need to survive too. We need to make money to be able to keep our doors open and keep things going for people. Right. But working with people within our community has been the biggest blessing of it all for me. It's not all about the money for me. Sometimes it's more, or not sometimes, all the time, it's more about the mission. So the whole community aspect is probably the most important to me, and being a positive member of our community.
Mm-hmm. So let me ask you a question, because I've asked a couple other people that we've interviewed as well too, like just during the pandemic and everything that's going on and stuff, like how has it affected you and your business, or what you got going on? Has it been beneficial? Has it been like a downslope, or like, you know what I mean?
So
I've heard both.
It depends on how you look at it. Yeah. Man. So I think as a person, this is gonna sound really weird. As a person, the pandemic was great for me, as personally, and it's because it pushed me harder than I've ever been pushed in business, especially in the entertainment world before. I had to find it. Look, it was real easy to close the doors and be like, you know what, we'll let you know when we'll be back. Close the doors. We could have gotten all these grants and all these people forgiving us for our rent and all that other stuff. It wasn't about that for me. For me, it was about, how do I keep the artists that work with and for me, how do I keep them in their outlet? How do I keep doing this? So I was on the phone with the senator's office, the mayor's office, the county commissioners. I was constantly trying to find a way to make stuff happen. I made some enemies along the way. The health department does not like me, but the reality is that I kept pushing. I found a way. We were performing in October when everything first came. I think it was like late July, whenever we moved into stage 3 of the shutdown, where we could have live events again. And we had a show ready to put up for October, and we didn't stop. We were doing Zoom meetings, Zoom classes. We were doing for our kids. We were doing Zoom showcases. Like, we found a way to give these people, and I don't think it really hit me until we did a show recently, right at the end of the pandemic, before like all the we're back open full bore, right? But we did a show with our kids right before the pandemic ended. It was actually the day the pandemic ended, because they got to do their last show on Saturday without masks because the mask mandate was lifted. And God, were they happy. They were yelling and screaming in the back whenever we told them, because it was like 6 o'clock when we found out, or whatever it was. So, and it was effective the next day. We told them, like, tomorrow you don't have to wear the mask. They were so happy. But we had one of our parents email us and thank us for doing what we were doing, because her son, and we didn't know this, had really contemplated and attempted suicide. And it was because he didn't have his outlet. And so, and again, he's a special kid, and he's such a good kid, but I don't know how to say this. He has a different lifestyle as a young kid that gets him picked on. We give him a place to come where he's accepted. And she said, if you weren't open, if you would have closed your doors like so many other places have closed their doors to people, we don't know what would have happened. And that was one of the strongest things. I remember I was sitting with my wife, Brittany. Wow. I can't remember where we were, but we were together, and she was like, oh my God, this email. And I was like, and she read it to me. I just remember crying. I was like, this is why we pushed. So to hell with all the people who were giving us a bunch of shit about staying open and being super spreaders and all this other shit. We never had a problem with COVID, but that's why we did it. Right. And that's just the one story that we know about.
Right.
Yeah. How many other stories? How many stories that we don't know about, that people were just going through just this deep depression without their art, without being able to do what they love to do.
Yeah.
How many people suffered in silence and we don't know about? So for me, it was a great thing, because it pushed me. And let's be real, I had a lot of time to figure out what to do. And I worked really hard. My team worked really hard to make sure that we kept performing. And we were doing the renovations in the Black Box through all the shutdowns. And and all the planning and everything that went into it. We brought Major Attaway from the genie from Aladdin came down at the end of COVID, and worked with us, and he's looking forward to coming back performing at the Black Box. He has this whole thing called the Genie's Jukebox, where him and a couple other genies that were on Broadway and on tours, they do like all these jazz pieces, reimagined between the 3 of them, and they're looking to bring it to the Black Box with us. So we're real excited about that. So Yeah, it sucked, but if I look at it from just a perspective of how did I grow, it was probably one of the best 18 months of my life, which is hard to say. Right, but it pushed me further than I've ever had to go before.
Yeah,
definitely,
no,
and it shows. It shows because I mean, you've all been having amazing success. You guys have been changing people's lives, and like I'm glad that you brought up the impact that the work you do does, because it really does give people an outlet and a safe place to be themselves.
And at the same time, like you said, people don't realize that. People aren't aware of people's stories and what they have to go.
No, we're just playing. We're just, it's a hobby. We're just playing. Which for some, that is what it is. It's a hobby. It's something fun that we do that we don't have to be I don't have to wear my suit and tie to work. You know what I mean?
Right,
so I get to put my t-shirt on and hang out. So for me, it's a hobby. For some people, it's everything. For some people, it's that one thing that they look forward to every couple of days or once a week or whatever it is. For some people, it's the only thing they have to look forward to.
Yeah.
Right.
And people forget that through the pandemic, where it was like, no, just shut everything down. We don't want to do it. We can't do it because. No, we're gonna keep going, and if as this Delta variant kicks in, we're gonna keep finding ways. Rest assured, while I'm sitting at the head of the table with Authentic Community Theater, we will find a damn way to get our shows out there and to give people that outlet one way or another.
All right, cool. So going off of all of that, how can people, how can kids, how can the youth find you and find if they want to get in contact, if they want an opportunity and be involved, how can they find you?
Yeah, it's really easy. So go to our website, www.actforall.org, ACTFORALL.org. Go there. It has everything. We have classes for kids, and we have private vocal and piano lessons. We have acting classes, dance classes, music classes. We have productions that we do with kids, grades 1 through 8. 2 summer camps that we do each year. We do the Performing Arts Academy that we've been doing for years with the Maryland Theater, which is a 1-week camp every summer where the kids put together a variety show. And then 2 years ago, we started the Summer Intensive Program, which is a 2-week camp for kids, grades, I think it's 3rd through 12th, where they get together and in 2 weeks they put on a full-blown show. A full show. This year they did Frozen Junior, almost 600 people in attendance. It's incredible to see what they can do. All of our auditions information's on the website. Check us out on Facebook. We have 2 Facebook pages. We have Authentic Community Theater Inc., where you can find us, and then we also have the Black Box Studio page as well. Come out and see those shows. Get involved. I mean, there's so much that we have to offer. It's actually, I look at the calendar, I'm like, what in the hell are we doing? Like, this is crazy how much stuff we have, but there's literally something for everybody. Dustin, his girlfriend Kristen will be there in a few weeks, putting on a show. Ryan Perry will be there. Constantine Maroulis from American Idol will be here tomorrow night. He's going to be here and then teaching a class on Saturday morning with us. I mean, there's so much going on, and it's not going to stop. So check us out. I mean, it's really huge, and there's a lot of stuff going on. And again, if you got deep pockets, throw some my way, and we'll keep on going. I mean, it's
us too.
Yeah, I mean, it costs money to do what we do, because again, all of our artists that come in the Black Box, especially do a performance, are paid. We don't ask anybody to come and work for free. They get a paycheck at the end of the night. I'm not saying that's a huge amount, absorbent amount of money, but it's something. I promise you, my team will never call you and be like, "Hey, why don't you come out for some exposure and you can get your name out there?" No, it's not going to feed your kids. It's not going to put food on your table. It's not going to put a roof over your head. We're going to give you a little something at least to cover your gas, your time, and hopefully throw you a little something else. So check out those. Check out the Facebook page. Check out the website, and come out and just support. That's the biggest thing you can do. Come out and support. Tickets on sale for several shows right now. Sweeney Todd in October, which is going to be super fun. October 23rd and 24th, and then the big one is Rent. One night only, which I promise you, buy your tickets right now. You are not going to want to miss what we will be announcing here in the next couple of weeks. I promise you.
Get your tickets now.
So that's
so excited.
That's it. Yeah.
All right.
Well,
so that concludes our interview with Robbie.
Thank you guys very much for having me. I appreciate it.
Thank you for being here. This has been a pleasure sitting and talking with you. We covered a lot of different things today during this.
And thank you for everything that you do for the community, man.
Absolutely.
Yes,
it's my pleasure. So I'm just going to piss my wife off real quick. Soto 2024. Just keep that in mind for now.
There you have it.
I think I just made my run for office official.
Uh-oh, yes.
I think I did.
Oh.
We'll see.
Well,
You got my vote.
Right. All right, y'all. Well, thank you again, Robbie, for being here. Make sure everybody.
There's a text message now.
Oh, wow. That's funny. That's quick. See, good news travels quickly, folks.
Yes.
And I did drop the website, actforall.org.
Awesome.
In the
Thank you.
Comments. Yes, definitely.
So go
Anybody
check it out,
looking for
man.
opportunities to get in theater, to work with music, children, all ages, definitely please contact them. They have a lot of great things going on out there for the community.
And we are a theater, but it's not just theater. Like
Right,
Constantine's
it's more.
coming to Constantine Marul is from season 4 of American Idol, top 5 finalist. He's released his own music. He's been signed for years. A producer on Broadway, a 2-time Tony nominee. I mean, he's coming and he's going to be hearing people playing their original music, giving them feedback. We do this kind of stuff all the time. This isn't just now. We had Tice Green from American Idol and Project Runway. He was out here a couple months ago. So it's all different kinds of art. So don't if you're not a theater person, that's okay. We have other avenues for you.
It's all about networking.
That's all it is, man.
That's right. All right. Well, everybody, that concludes the interview section of tonight's show. So thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you for commenting in the comments. Lots of people on here are commenting, saying how awesome the work you're doing is.
Thank you.
Lily said, you never know what someone's going through.
Never.
Cindy said, that's awesome. Lisa said, Broncos bussin'. I think that was from earlier.
Yeah, for Sunny Broncos.
Music videos.
Bussin'.
All right, y'all. So as always, we love to end our show with a live performance to, kind of just bless everybody's ears at home. Tonight we have somebody very